Top 10 chilling moments caught on camera. Let's face it, some people out here are just crazy. They'll do the most psychotic things that will have you questioning whether they should be free or locked up in some insane asylum. In today's video, we'll show you 10 bone-chilling moments caught on camera that will make you question the people around you. Are some of them okay in the head? Do they need to see a psychiatrist? I warn you though, some of these clips are quite disturbing, and they might just haunt you for the rest of your life. Number 10. Rubzy and the Stranger. We kick things off to what seems like a scene right out of one of the Paranormal Activity movies. Man, did those movies freak me out. So before hip-hop star Rubzy transitioned into music, he was quite the vocal video game streamer. In fact, he built most of his fan base through gaming and got quite the massive following online. In one of his regular streams, something really weird happened that not only freaked him out, but also the thousands of viewers watching his channel at the time. Yep, some poltergeist activity got caught on camera while Rubzy was live on Twitch TV. The streaming session had gone on for about 2 hours when suddenly the door behind Rubzy strangely opened and shut itself. What's even freakier is that it didn't appear as if anyone was behind it. I'm not sure if Rubzy was pulling our leg or not, but one thing's for certain, if I was living in this dude's house, I would move out the next day. Number 9. The terrors of being stalked. There's nothing scarier than a creep following you behind, is there? I mean, your mind can go crazy thinking about all the things that stalker wants to do to you. And this is exactly what happened to Byron Reckful Bernstein as he was walking through the streets of Japan in the wee hours of the morning. Folks, he was being followed, and I can only imagine how intensely his heart was thumping in his chest. I've been followed once, and trust me, it's not something you want to experience. Thankfully, Byron was recording the whole thing on Twitch TV using his phone. You know, just in case he went missing and his followers needed to track him down. It was later discovered that the stalker was actually one of his fans in Japan who just wanted to spook him out by trailing him. Fan or not, I'd have given that guy a good 20-minute lecture before letting him have an autograph. Number 8. The clown craze. Clowns. To some people, they're the scariest thing ever. In fact, they're so scary that there's actually a medical condition for having a fear of clowns. It's known as coulrophobia. A few years ago, there was a spooky trend in America where people loved to dress up as clowns and terrorize the people around them. Did you ever get spooked by one? Let us know in the comments down below. Thankfully, very few people actually faced any type of physical injury from these clowns, but truth be told, it wasn't a pleasant sight. These clowns leave traumatic scars in the minds of hundreds, and I'm sure they had to get psychiatric help. In fact, quite a number of security systems captured these incidents, with one particular clown being recorded sneaking around someone's house in Toledo. While I can't confirm to you whether this situation was staged or not, one thing's for sure, I wouldn't step an arm's length near this clown. Number 7. A rude awakening. So picture this, you're getting ready to catch a flight. You've woken up early in the morning, about 3 a.m., and you and your family are preparing to head to the airport. Then all of a sudden, you see something extremely bone-chilling. That's exactly what happened to one homeowner from Portland. While he was walking outside to leave for the airport at about 4:30 a.m. in the morning, on his front porch was a man trying to steal one of his grocery bags. Once he knew he'd been spotted, the man took off. Unconsciously, the homeowner chased right after him, which, as you know, is actually a big mistake. Here's a life lesson, folks. Never ever chase after a robber, as he might be armed with a knife or a gun, and if he feels threatened, he might hurt you. Fortunately for the homeowner, he wasn't armed and the cops were later called. They searched for the robber and later found him in the company of a female accomplice hiding in a neighbor's car. Now that's an adrenaline-paced experience that's worthy of a scene in an action movie. Number 6. Daylight robbery. The statistics on home invasions are startling. Did you know that 90% of all home invasions actually take place during the day? That's because most robbers understand that homeowners are probably at work, their kids are at school, it's open season. Yep, one homeowner in Dallas found this out while he was at work. The owner received a startling notification on their security system, which I'm pretty sure made her freak out. Turns out there were 2 strangers standing at her front door. They were on the verge of breaking in when one of the strangers noticed the camera on her doorbell, and the 2 then immediately took off. Interestingly enough, the 2 men returned a few minutes later, and one of them tried to kick down the door. However, through the two-way talk, the homeowner gave them a stern warning that the police were on their way. While she did deter them, you can't help but wonder how vulnerable and scared she would have been if she was actually in the house. Number 5. Too much to drink. There's hardly anything more gut-wrenching than finding some stranger lurking in your yard, right? Like, what do they want and what in the heck are they doing? That's exactly what one homeowner in Sacramento by the name of Andrew found out while he was at work. It turns out there was a stranger in his yard. Andrew asked him politely to leave, and that's when things got completely out of control. The stranger, who looked skunk drunk, walked aggressively to the front door to confront him. Andrew, who mind you was still at work, warned him that if he didn't leave as soon as possible, he would contact the police. After a heated exchange, the stranger attempted to kick down the door, warning Andrew that he was going to smash what's in there. The guy failed to kick it down, and before he knew it, police had swarmed Andrew's house and arrested the man. Number 4. The Masked Menace. What would you do if you found a masked man in your front door in the middle of the night? That sounds like the premise of a horror movie like Scream, right? Even more gut-wrenching is when the same masked man returns to your home 3 times in 1 week. That's exactly what happened to the Gerber family living in Milford, Connecticut. They had just purchased a security system to watch over their home while they were on vacation. A few days after they left for their amazing getaway experience, a masked man appeared at their front door. Fortunately for the family, he was unable to break in, but he didn't give up. A few days later, the masked man returned, this time more determined. Worried about their property, the Gerbers sent the security recorded video to the police, as well as local TV stations, in a bid to deter the man from breaking in. But he returned once more. This time around, the Gerbers were prepared. They informed the police, who arrested the masked man as he was attempting to break into their home. Number 3. Your house is on fire! While at work, Matt Bell received a notification from his home security system that there was a visitor at his door. But instead of a visitor, it was a pair of men who were struggling to put out flames that were engulfing Matt's front yard. I can only imagine how Matt was freaking out. You're at work and you see your house potentially going up in flames. Just a few minutes ago, Matt had been alerted that there was an apartment behind his home that had caught fire, and the fire was rapidly spreading throughout the neighborhood. The fire reached his yard, and neighbors were frantically trying to put it out. Instantly, Matt got off work, worried that he would find his precious home engulfed in flames. Fortunately, his neighbors did a commendable job in putting out the fire, and his home only escaped with minor damages. And now we've come to the best pick of the day. This has to be one of the scariest situations ever. Imagine if someone broke into your home and you saw them peeking behind the door leading to the kitchen. Honestly, what would you do? The smartest thing would be to barricade yourself in a secure room as you call the police. Number 2, smiling salesman becomes fugitive felon. The smiling door-to-door salesman, we've all seen him. Think he's innocent? Think again. In fact, residents in Vallejo found this out the hard way when this salesman showed up to their doorstep. He was wanted for more than 19 home burglaries in the surrounding neighborhood, but his burglary days came to an end when he knocked on this homeowner's door while the security camera recorded him shattering a window. The homeowner shared the video with the police, and the man was eventually captured, which goes to show you can't just trust anybody who pops up in front of your house simply because they have a smile. They might just be robbing you for everything you've got. Before we move on, I've got a little challenge for you that'll take 5 seconds to complete. So here's the deal. You just leave a like on this video, smash that subscribe button, and hit the notification bell, and you will get 25 years of amazing luck. Try it. It really works. And number 1, saved by the ring door bell. Yet again, another family in California was woken up at 4 a.m. in the morning by a notification on their security system. This time around, it wasn't a creep or a robber looking to harass them. Rather, there was a fire across the street consuming the neighbor's house. The fire was so fierce and powerful that it triggered their alarm a few meters away. The homeowner, Catherine Gann, immediately rushed to the scene to alert her neighbors who, you won't believe it, were fast asleep at the time. She managed to wake them up and lead them out to safety. But the most terrifying thing about this situation is that if Catherine's alarm hadn't gone off, then let's just say the ending would have been way more catastrophic. Perhaps even the neighbors might have lost their lives. With that being said, we've come to the end of this video. I'm pretty sure after watching this, you'll think twice about opening your front door to a stranger, right? Let us know in the comments section down below. Want more videos that will probably still exist until the end of time? Click on any of the videos you see on the screen. And as always, thanks for watching.